Good morning and welcome to Judy Whitman, JBW Designs. I haven't actually done a video in a few weeks, but this is a special one. I want all my viewers to know about it. It is actually going to be geared towards the shop owners who are attending Needlework Expo. And I'll tell you about that in a few minutes, but first I want to welcome you and thank you so much for watching my channel. The viewership has been growing like crazy, which is just wonderful, and I love hearing from you all. So let's see where to start. What is Needlework Expo? Some of you might not know about it. It is an event which is going to be held next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and it is a wholesale virtual trade show. And we did one in March. It was very successful. And what this means is that shop owners from all over the world are tuning in and looking at our products, and there are over 100 vendors, and they are choosing products to order for their customers. So that is why I'm giving a preview today. I want the shop owners to see what I'm releasing. I want you to see what I'm releasing. And if you see anything that particularly strikes your fancy, let your shop owner know and she can add it to her list. So let's see, what else should I tell you about the expo? It actually is two fairly long days. It starts at 11 on Saturday and runs till 6, and the same hours on Sunday, and I think it's 11 to 2 on Monday. So it's fun. The shop owners often will stop in our quote booth and chat with us, and that's the only way we get to see one another during this very crazy time that we're living in. So who can attend this show? Really just needlework shop owners, but for those of you who are interested in what products are available, I will encourage you to go to the Needlework Expo Facebook page because many designers are posting their releases on that page. So just let me know what you're interested in. If you're on my automatic, I will be shipping out your orders first on Monday afternoon. If you want to change any of your quantities in your automatic, let me know. And otherwise, I'll leave it as it is. So the automatic program for those who are not shop owners means that I have quite a few shops who are so faithful to me and they order whatever I release. So they'll tell me the quantity they want and they'll automatically get all of the new releases. So let me tell you about those. This is going to be a short video because the shop owners don't have a lot of time. So I want to make sure that I show them the releases. And then when I do my next video for the general public, I will answer your questions. I will talk about the finishing of the new products. And we'll just be back going again like we usually are. So let's get started. I posted actually last night on Instagram, my first one, but it's always so much fun to see them up close. This is called Be Merry, and you can see what a beautiful finish that is. You can see the back of it. This was professionally finished by one of my lovely finishers. This model actually was worked over one on a 28 count even weave linen. And then I have a second model of that same design that I just love because I haven't done a drum before. So let me walk you from the beginning. So this is Be Merry, finished as a drum. Walk it around slowly here. And you can see the top. That's the little silk strawberry that I found at the antique show, I don't know, a couple months ago. And I have some silk ribbon with it and a little silver charm. And this design was worked over 2 on a 32 count fabric. I'm trying to get to the beginning of it there so you can see what that looks like. So it's beautifully done. Now this design is kind of a follow-up, and I'm just going to show you a quick picture to one design that I did a year ago called Be Joyful. So it's the same feeling to it, and it has 2 designs in it. It has Joy and it has Noel. So you might be interested in that too. The next new release that I want to show you is one that I am particularly excited about. I have to give credit to Anne from Dying to Stitch because she was the one, I need to write to her and thank her, who encouraged me to do an alphabet in the round. And I just love that idea. I thought I was done doing round designs and all of a sudden another one popped up. So let me tell you a little bit about this one. It was so much fun to do. I have 3 models of this design just because, you know, I love to stitch on different fabric counts and with different fibers. So this is, let's see if I'm showing it up right here, is Alphabet in the Round. And I finished it again on the little box from Hobby Lobby. And then I put a surprise design on the inside of the lid. I just did an ABC, which seemed appropriate. And then I found a beautiful French general fabric to use as the lining. And I just love the way this turned out. I have to look at my notes again. I'm trying to remember. This is on a 40 count legacy linen. And I stitched it in 1 ply of floss over 2 threads. And then I also tried a different color combination. And this one was stitched on a 32 count linen over 2 threads with 2 ply of floss. And I did it in a red because as you can see from my walls, I love red samplers. So I thought, oh, I'd like to see what it looks like in red. And I used an ecru for the little designs, it's very hard to see them, that are in the background of the alphabet. And once again, this time I chose an initial to do for the inside of the lid. And then this is what the inside of the box looks like. So you can see how nice they look together. So that's Alphabet in the Round. And then I have one more model to show you. Oh, I forgot to tell you with the first one. My new books have arrived, and where did I put it? I can't find it to show it to you. I was going to show you the cover of the Be Merry book. They just arrived this morning, so it's very exciting. So this is what the Alphabet in the Round book looks like. It's actually a 3-part piece, and it shows finishes and so to inspire you of all 3 models that I stitched. So this is the 3rd one that I stitched, and this idea came from my helper Dawn. She said, why don't you stitch it in Christmas colors? And I just love how this turned out. My finisher mounted it on a wooden wreath that is available at Hobby Lobby that she spray painted. And then there's beautiful silk ribbon that's used around the edges. So you can see how completely different each model is depending on the fabric you use and the color. And shop owners, of course, know that. All right, let's try another one here. This one I do have the book for. And this one is called, as I gather all the pieces, French Christmas Tags 2. So as you can imagine, there was another version of this last fall. This one I love because it's just such a simple designs, fast and easy to stitch. These tags actually I import from France from the Bee Company. I have them both in this larger size for the over 2 designs, and then if you worked it over 1, I have those tags also. So we have a little robin and a little dove. And then I also worked them over 1. Let's see if I can gather this and show it to you easily here. And I worked them as scissor fobs. Okay, he looked like he was upside down. So that's the over 1 designs. This is what the finishing looks like on the back. So these would be quick, beautiful ornaments. And let me show you quickly what that booklet looks like. So this actually is a 4-part booklet that looks like this. And here's the cover. And it shows you exactly what the finished models look like. So that's French Christmas Tags 2. And I'm going to show you, as I set these aside, French Christmas Tags 1, which came out last year, was the same idea and included a door and love and a little house. And incidentally, if my books have charms, when I send them to the shops, I include the charms that go in them. That particular one I just showed you, the French Christmas Tags 2, does not have charms. I don't think actually any of my releases this fall do. So the next collection that I want to show you, I thought it'd be fun for you to see. This is what happens when I pick up my books. They come in piles of 50. So I have thousands and thousands of books to sell, which is good. Oh, let me backtrack one quick minute here. This is what the tags look like. I showed you the finished tag, but this is what they look like in the larger version. They're beautifully finished. I love the little scalloped edges with the stars along the top. So that goes with that. So the next booklet is called Dashing Through the Snow. And it too is kind of part of a series that I've loved to do over the years of white on red, but I did 3 models of this design. And each one is so unique. And I think it just shows you how you can take a design and change the overall look of it by your fabric, your fiber choice, etc. So let me show you the one that's on the cover. This was the first one I stitched. So this is Dashing Through the Snow. It is stitched on a 32 count polka dot linen from Zweigart, and it is called Pity Point, and it is a raw linen / white. That is the description of it. I love it because it just illustrates the whole idea of my piece. It looks like there's snow in the background. This was intended to be kind of a sampler, about a winter sampler with a little reindeer running through it and wonderful borders. So that was the first model that I finished of Dashing Through the Snow. And then I decided to try something completely different. And this too was stitched on a legacy linen. And this is worked, I'm trying to think, it's a 40 count legacy. So once again, it's worked over 2 with 1 ply. It's worked with just a DMC floss. I love the blue and white. It just looks so wintry and so fresh, and how different it is from the polka dot version. So that's what that model looks like. And then I have a third model that once again is the red and white. This is stitched over 1 with 1 ply of floss. And as I said, this kind of follows the series, and I'll show you those books in a minute. So each design with Dashing Through the Snow is quite different, but how fun it would be to see what you and your customers choose. So the booklet for that looks like this. And once again, it is a 3-part booklet. It shows all of the models, so you can see the different varieties that are and suggestions that are offered. So that's Dashing Through the Snow. And then there's one more to show you in my release this fall here. And I'm moving a tray, so it's kind of noisy. This I called Christmas Smalls. And I'll show you the booklet first. It looks like this. And this is actually a 4-part booklet. I'm going to spread it out. Because there are so many parts to this, there are actually 5 different charts in this design and 5 different kinds of finishes that would be just darling in a little Christmas sewing basket. So I'm going to show you each model that is part of the Christmas Smalls, and I want to also tell you that there are finishing directions for all but one of them. So this is the one that is on the cover. And believe it or not, it could be just an ornament like this, or I intended it to be, you can see the pocket on the back, a tiny little scissors case. And then so the second design in that Christmas Small series is a little scissor fob, which is stitched over 1 and finished with the little tree on the back. So those are 2 of the designs in the Christmas Smalls series. And then I was trying to think of all the kinds of ways I could finish. And I had done this finish once before in a kit, and I loved the way it looks. This is a needle book, and it is actually just 2 discs. And I'll talk about that next week, the finishing of it. But 2 of the discs are just covered with fabric. You can see the little felt for your needles on the inside. And then on the top disc, you are mounting your finished stitching, this little compote of flowers, and you're adding ribbons to it and cording around the edge. So that was the little needle case. And then I decided I would do a pin keep, which was fun to do. So here's a little Christmas bouquet of flowers. And I'll talk about it again next week, but it was very easy to finish. You can see you just have 2 discs, sew them together, and put pins around the edge. And then the last one, which I was so excited about because I've never done a strawberry before. So I did a vase and finished it as a strawberry. I watched Vanna Pfeiffer's finishing instructions, which are just fabulous. And you can see the top of it. I finished it with wool and some little holly berries and some beads and ribbon. So I love how that piece turned out. So those are the 5 pieces that are in the Christmas Smalls book. Let's see, I'm trying to think of what else I want to tell you about. My shipping costs for shop owners. If you are on my automatic, your shipping costs are free. Otherwise, if you place an order at the Expo show and it's over $30, your shipping is free. If you're an international customer, I will share shipping costs with you because I know those are fairly high. Let's see, I'll finish up here. Please let me know if you have questions or comments. If you're just a stitcher who's watching this week, I'd love to hear from you, and we will address all of your comments and questions in the video that I do next time. I'm not sure if it'll be next week. I'm not sure because the show is next Friday. But if I can squeeze one in before the show, I will. Otherwise, I'll do one right away afterwards. And I want to thank you so much for watching. I just love hearing from you. You're just a great group of people. Thank you. Bye-bye.